I should be working. Hold on, guys. All right, listen. I have a microphone, but I gotta plug it in real. I don't know why it's not coming up. Hold up. Here we go. There we go. Now we're fixed. Now we're good. Sorry, guys. I'm a little stoned, but I got good reason to be. All right. So, listen. So for like the past, okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I literally have demons around me. I literally have a spiritual attack around me, like constantly. So I have a very big weakness, and it's a weakness that I thought I was over. You know, I was so confident. I was like pushing girls away, blocking girls, throwing them away. You know what I mean? I was like literally just tossing bitches. And I was like, yeah, God, I'm in love with you. I was studying the Bible. I was like, you know what I mean? I was like on fire, right? And it's not that my heart isn't on fire. That's not the issue. And God knows that. God knows that's not the issue. Um, it's definitely not that. But like every other man that's warm blooded, I suffer from an issue. I love women too much. I love them way too much. It was Amanda. Thank you. Hope yours was too. And literally every single neighbor around me is fucking constantly. They're constantly fucking banging. I can hear the pussy squirting. And as I'm praising Jesus, it gets louder and louder. And if it's not one neighbor, it's the other. And it's like, even when I think that they stop, they're not stopping. They're just S and that D. And I'm sorry for the late night conversation, but it is late at night right now. But it's crazy, guys. I'm sorry. It's just been reckless. And it's not normally how I talk or whatever, but it's been pretty freaking crazy. I'm trying not to have them hear me. I honestly think they are demons because they followed me to the store. They followed me to the dollar store, into Walmart, and they laugh whenever I say God bless you to them. Immediately they cackle like demons, guys. Like literally. And so my life has just been repeating, and I haven't been able to sleep the past 3 nights because all I can hear is people banging. And it's not even just the banging part, it's all the other noises accompanying with it. And it's like, if you know, you know. If you've been in a hotel and you lived like that before, you know. And it's like, it's a life I given up. All right, it's a life I put behind me, and it's easy when you just throw them away, right? And you're just staying to yourself and staying around other Christians, right? In your own little bubble, your little protective bubble, right? Well, that's not going to exist during the apocalypse, ladies and gentlemen. I am not going to have that luxury. You know, God has given me a task, and it's to plant churches during the apocalypse. He said, "You're going to be the Apostle Paul of the apocalypse." And I took it on. I took on the challenge. Yes, they do walk someone's among us, Jakey. You didn't eat yet, Amanda. You gotta go eat. Please go eat. Thank you, Michael. Good to see you here. Absolutely, Jakey. Sorry, guys. I appreciate y'all. But yeah, it's insane, guys. Like, so I've been struggling with this issue, and it's like I've been humbled lately. Honestly, really humbled. I am reminded more than ever that I am just not quite ready yet. And what I consider falling, right? Most people would consider just a normal day. But for me, it's not, right? For me, it is a moral failure. It is somewhere that I don't want to be. It separates me from God, but to be honest, even during those moments I'm praying. And in fact, I'm probably praying even more. But at the same time, I'm like, God, just look away. I'm praying to you, but just like, look away. Keep your back to the wall. Just, talk to me, God, but just look away. You know. So it's that's how it feels though, right? But you get your strength through him, you know. And just as Paul, had this thorn in his side, he learned to thank God later for it because it made him stronger. It made him able to endure. Like so uh there was basically like a demonic force that was like screwing up the church of Corinth, right? They were spreading all these lies about Paul as well as like he was having spiritual attacks all around, right? And I deal with that as well. I deal with the lie, like people lying about me, slandering, whatever. And then, but the other thing he dealt with was carnal desire, right? That he loved woman too much. Yeah, Amanda, I'm sorry. Well, try not to give in. I mean, how are you with it? Are you the type of are you like a severe addict with it? Like, or can you handle like drinking a glass? Because you could drink, just don't be a drunk. You know what I mean? But you have to know yourself, right? If you know, like that's why I won't even. That's why I don't have my car, right? Like that's why God won't give me my car. He doesn't give me my car because he doesn't trust me with it right now. I don't trust me with my car right now either. What do you think the first thing I'm gonna do is? Doesn't even need to be said, right? And it's like I think that's what God's trying to have me um, sort of overcome, is so I can get my car. And then when I'm able to overcome that, that's when I'll be able to get my vehicle back. And then that's when I'll be able to go on this journey. That's when I'll be able to, start being a real missionary and actually on the road. Nah, you don't get drunk ever, man. Nah, Amanda, then don't, don't. If it's not something you don't do, don't. For real, that's not what you want to do. Trust me. Uh, because it's like this. God understands we have vices. Paul even says he understands the flesh and he understands that flesh is going to be flesh, but it's about muting the flesh as much as possible. It's about trying to reduce the amount that your flesh controls you. And there are certain things that are smaller and greater, and you have to look at it like, okay, how much harm is it doing to my body, and how much distance is it putting between me and God? And when you figure that out, then you're able to discern and able to realize what is actually going on, you know, um, because not everybody is able to handle everything, right? Like, I wouldn't say get a bag of dope, but I would, you know what I mean? I would say that marijuana is fine for a lot of people. It just depends on where you're at. Some people might use it and they get too far, they get too high, they get too stoned. They spend all their time being lazy. They don't spend any time with the Lord. They don't seek God. You know what I mean? They just start burning out and everything else. And it's like, you really have to seek God first above anything. You just have to. And it's like, if you look to other things first for your comfort and like all your comfort, and you feel as though that's what's going to uh be the thing that's your savior, it's not. Because God, here's what all right, I just had a conversation with God, and I said, listen, Lord, I said, I know I have certain things like medical marijuana, like my vape. And I said, I know if I rely on certain things too much, that you will take that away from me because you won't allow me to have a crutch other than you. You are my crutch. But at the same time, you are trying to get me to not have you as a crutch, but a foundation. You are trying to build me up like a rock. to make me strong. And same thing with you, Amanda. And I appreciate that you are happy that I'm alive. Uh yeah, I hope I get my car back soon. But at the same time, that means that I overcame some stuff and I was ready. So that's good. You know what I mean? Um, Sorry guys, I don't have my webcam settings completely like straight up set up yet because I just got my computer. Thanks to loving spirit and God, he paid for a lift so I can go and get my stuff. What comforts me? I mean, if you want me to be real with you, it's God is the biggest comfort. I mean, God's the real comfort if you want me to be real with you. And then but I would say below that, I would say like prayer obviously, but medical marijuana is like if you're talking about an actual something to like aid my body, that helps a lot. But I like going out in nature. That's my favorite thing to do. If you're talking about like a natural way to like just sort of, you know what I mean? Just get away from society. Like put your phone down, even, or just put it on silent. You don't want to be out in the woods without a phone. Like, just put it on silent though, and just devote that entire time to God. Like, and just talk to Him. Then, like, tell Him how hard your day is. Tell Him how much you're struggling. He wants to hear about that too. You know what I mean? You know the type of stuff that you say to your friend that sometimes that friend doesn't want to hear because you had a bad day and they had a bad day too and they just don't want to hear about it. God always wants to hear. What's up, Army Castle? How you doing, brother? That's what's up. Glad to have you here. um yeah, the vape helps. Yeah, well, the thing is, like, it depends if you're like like as like a crutch because you're so anxious and so nervous. Like, yeah, there's something wrong. Like, you need to start praying to God first, and then, because like that's the real answer. I've tried everything. Like, I could sit here and I could try to tell you that there's like these different meditation techniques and this and that, but like, if I was going to ever use those meditation techniques, I would just use them on God, and I would just adopt them. I would just adopt them in God's name. Like, I would take them over in God's name. What's up, Amanda? Hey, good to see you here. Your walk, girl. Yeah, it is beautiful in this area. The Poconos is nice. Like, it's one of the nicest places to live. It's great. Uh, but the issue is, right, when shit starts going down, m- my place is going to be one of the first places they go to. Um, but yeah, they're going at it again. They're having sex again. I can hear all the noises. I can hear the screams. I can hear the juices. That's terrible. God help me. Lord, I need help. Oh, sorry guys. But yeah, this is why I'm streaming though, because I need to be with the flock. I need to be focused on God. I need to do that's how I gotta get through this, right? I haven't look at my eyes. I haven't slept. I haven't slept at all. Oh man, it's crazy. No, these people are having sex constantly. I mean, all the time. I'm not exaggerating. And it's not just one person, it's multiple couples, and it's every single wall. I'm surrounded by it. And God knows that's my weakness. So he's letting demons test me, just like he let them test Paul. You know what I mean? Paul struggled with the feminine. He loved women. He thought they were beautiful, you know? But he made himself a eunuch by choice for God because he loved him so much. And He loved woman too much. So what bigger sacrifice to make? What? God's saying I have to make the same sacrifice. Yeah, dude, it's awful. I haven't had any sleep. Like every that's why this is happening though. Because the Lord, he needs me strong. He can't have me. Listen, Amanda, it's going to get bad. You don't think that Satan's going to send hoes out there for me when I'm out there trying to start churches? You don't think he's going to send hoes out my way, trying to throw me off, trying to get me to stop doing what I'm doing? Of course. Of course. Like, oh, it's every person around me, and they have multiple people living with them. They're having orgies. They're swapping. Dude, they're having dude, the girl's getting pegged from both ends. I can tell because like I can hear her while she's getting. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's like, I mean, I'd be lying if part of me said it. I didn't like it. But it's like it's disgusting. I'm trying not to like it anymore. I'm trying not to like it anymore. I'm trying not to be that person. I don't want to be that person. I stopped being that person. I chose, like I've been choosing to stay away. Loving Jesus is pretty good repellent for keeping woman away. It really is. Like if you want to keep somebody away, just tell them you love Jesus, but you'll keep the real people around. That's the best part about it. It's like if I would have known that, like, you finding out who's actually real just by saying that you love Jesus, and actually, well, I mean, you need to get to see the fruits of the spirit too. Like you can't just like someone can't just be like, "Oh, I love Jesus." That's not enough. Like you got to see it. Yeah. I mean, listen, I I don't know. It's just it's not even necessarily that I'm not into being a hoe. I'm not into that. It's just the Satan is using the sound effects against me. That's all. Because I don't watch porn. Well, I've watched porn like 6 or 7 times in like the past 2 months. Uh no, wait, more than that. 4 months, sorry. Um but yeah, what? 3.5 months. Okay. Correct me. But yeah, no, I want a respectable woman. I want a wife, but like it doesn't mean that I'm not still, you know, uh I'm an animal. That's the issue. Is that is that I started very young, I was like 14 when I was like first having sex, you know. I was very young and I lost my innocence even younger than that, you know. I had, some unfortunate events when I was like younger. Uh Stumbled upon pornography at like 5 years old when they were trying to put on a movie Flubber. So yeah, there's that. They just put on a tape and walked out of the room. They didn't check the tape. It was so funny. But it was on for like 45 minutes. It wasn't on for like 5 minutes. It was on for like 45 minutes. So it's like imagine being like 5 years old and being exposed to that. It's wild. And then I walked in on orgies as a kid. And then I walked, you don't even know. Like it was like these techno Czechoslovakian parties. It was like and then like yeah, it's pretty crazy. But there was a secret bookshelf door, and if you've ever seen a movie with a secret bookshelf door, why wouldn't you want to go through it? Why wouldn't you want to go through the secret bookshelf door? I mean, it seems fun, right? I mean, come on. Uh, but yeah. Oh yeah, dude, I had 4 people drop out when I mentioned that story. That's all right. The real ones stay. The real ones stay. Hey, listen. This is talking truth. But life was difficult, you know. I've struggled many times with addiction and having vices in my life. You know, my issue before was I was relying way too much on all those other things. And when you start to rely all on one thing, or you start to make something your crutch, God will remove it from you and he will make you rely on him. He will humble your ass and he will humble you quick. And that's just what ends up happening is that you will be humbled when you get too cocky. When you feel like your foundation is solid and firm, well, God is going to shake the earth and he's going to make sure that you're standing right. He's going to make sure that you are built to fight, right? That you are doing exactly what you need to do. You know, I think I think that a lot of hardship is upon us and we are going to have to make a choice. You know, what master do you serve? Do you serve the almighty dollar? Do you serve your job? Do you serve the corporations? Or do you serve God? Do you walk in the righteousness in the way that you need to do? Like, it doesn't mean you're not going to fall because, like, even in the story of, like, to bring it back with, Paul and the thorn in the flesh, right? God gave him grace so he could give him strength. And Amanda, that's what I believe he's doing for you. He's giving you this grace so he could give you strength. And the fact is you don't even need it as much as I do because, like, well, at least for your particular issue, because you didn't cave. Like, you had the thought, you know what I mean? But you didn't cave. And eventually you get to the point where you don't even have the thought, like, ever. And but once you get to that point, you know what I mean? It's usually another issue because we are human, we are imperfect. There's always going to be one other thing that we need strengthened with. And then it's sort of like a hull of a ship, right? You have panels and there's different panels for different things. And if you don't reinforce those panels, right? Well, over time, they start to weaken, right? They start to weaken. And then you have to worry about it bursting through. And you don't want it to get to that point. You want to be able to withstand whatever is going against you, whatever you have to fight against. You don't want to be too weak. So if you're tested in life and you feel as though like you have to do something, like, you know what I mean, or you feel like drinking because you had a tough day or something like that, don't allow it to get you there. You know what I mean? Or if you feel like your patience is tested, or just don't allow it to bring you, to a point where you just completely give up, or you just putting your faith in everything else. Because God will come through. But the thing is, his timing is on his terms. Sometimes he'll delay it. Sometimes he will hold back just so he will see, okay, how strong is your faith? Or how strong are you through, with the love through me, right? Because you got to let that love of him flow through you to give you the strength. Because that's where the strength comes from. It comes from his love for you. I am being attacked spiritually 24/7. And yes, I pray unceasingly. Sometimes even prayer's not enough, Michael Jansen. But yes, I do 100%. I literally pray before this because that's the thorn in the flesh, Michael. But the thing is, that's the thing. God is allowing demonic supernatural forces around me. This is unnatural, guys. What is happening around me is unnatural. 100%. I mean, listen, it's something that I used to do, but it's 100% unnatural. Like I participated in stuff like this when I was younger and even not so younger. Actually, a lot of people my age live like that, but they're doing meth. They offered me too, and I told them no. I told them no. So they're like trying to pull me in from outside. Every time I leave my house, they follow me and they try to invite me and bring me down there, and I'm like, no, no, no drugs. But I love women, and that's my issue. You know, you can love something too much, like chocolate cake. And that's how I feel about women. You know, chocolate cake is good. Hell, it's really good. But if you eat too much of it, or you put that chocolate cake above food of real substance, like the living bread that's God, well, that chocolate cake is going to make you sick. That chocolate cake ain't going to taste so good when you're on the toilet, you're throwing up, or whatever it might be. Or when you get fat, that's what chocolate cake does too. Yeah, Michael Jansen. Yeah, but it's like I wish it was just like a personal spiritual attack, but it's like I'm literally surrounded. I can hear it right now. It's every wall. It's more than one couple too. It's crazy. And it's been for 4 days, 4 nights in a row. Straight. 4 days and 4 nights straight. Straight. Straight all day, every day. No, that's crazy. Without rest. They haven't slept. No one has slept. It's insane. But yes, absolutely. I appreciate that, Michael. But yeah, no, there are regular spiritual attacks, and then there are demonic tests, and I have a very big job to do, and I have to be ready. Like if I just had like a normal calling. And I'm like not trying to inflate my ego because I'm the last person to ever think that I would be doing something important with my life. I believed that I thought I was going to be a statistic. I thought I was going to just be uh, another person dead in the dirt. The most thing I thought I would do was write a book. And I am going to be writing a book, just not the book I thought I was going to write. Um, that's later to be revealed. I'll tell you guys later. But yeah, so I got to be forged. And at the end of this, at the end of the thorn in my side, I'm going to come out stronger and I'll overcome and I'll be able to fight any spiritual attack that comes my way on my mission because this is too important. You know, we are fighting Satan and all his armies, and they will not win. Satan will not win. I promise. Because one, it's written, God promises. But two is because God's not going to stop us. No one can stop him. And if I let him work through me, well, then nobody will stop me either. If I do his will, then I can't be stopped. But I can't fall. I can't fail. I can't be cocky. I can't be full of myself. I have to remain humble. And I'm humbled right now. I was reminded that I'm still human. That even if I choose to personally try to avoid things, that there's going to be things on my journey that I'm going to see, that's going to be around me, that I cannot avoid. And sometimes that's just the reality of it. Is that we get stuck into these situations that we cannot avoid. I've seen many people that were on drugs relapse because they were in halfway houses, right? And they wanted to do the right thing, right? They deleted all the numbers out of their phone. They stopped contacting their dealers. They stopped hanging out with old friends. And then all of a sudden, like some new dude comes into the halfway house and he's not taking his recovery seriously. He's bringing dudes there. He's bringing drugs there. Like, you know what I mean? He's bringing bitches there. Not bitches, women. Sorry, guys, because I don't call them that, but that's like I'm sort of speaking for them. You know what I mean? Um, and then he just starts causing trouble. And then one day, you know, maybe the guy that was trying to do right, trying to get his stuff together, maybe he just had enough, right? Maybe he just, you know, couldn't take it anymore. It was either the temptation or had a bad day, had a falling out with people, but whatever it might have been, right? And it drew him to relapsing. And I've seen it. I've seen it many times. I've seen it in jail, and I've heard even people cry, after they got high again because they were so disappointed. And then, the same dude is like begging me for my sub. He's like pooping on the floor in the day room in the jail. Like, I feel bad for him. He was a blood member too. He was like trying to like, you know what I mean, get me to like cheek my meds, bro. And I was like, dude, I ain't cheeking it. I take that shit. I take my medicine. Are you kidding me? I said I need my medicine. But I appreciate that, Michael. I appreciate that, Amanda. Both Amandas. Yeah, it is really rough. 100%. I appreciate you, Michael. How you guys doing tonight? Let me talk about you guys. How you guys doing? Hope y'all are doing well tonight. I'm a little hungry now that I think about it. But I'm not trying to eat on stream. It's one of the things I don't do. You guys don't ever see me eat on stream. Listen, I refuse to eat on a phone call, and it's so funny. That is the one thing. That is the one I will literally do before I would literally do anything a woman would ask me. Like once I'm like far enough in a relationship and like, you know, they love me, I love them, or I think they love me, whatever, or they say they love me, whatever, right? But I'll do anything for them, right? Except for eat on a telephone call or on a video call. I get anxious when I eat. I like to sit there and I like to enjoy my food. I like to put on my show or whatever I'm watching, right? And I like to sit there with my food, and that's my time to myself to eat my food because a mother gets hangry, and I actually have surgery scar right here. That's pylorostenosis.
So that's a surgery scar.
And when I was a baby, I had a blockage and I couldn't eat. I couldn't eat for like a couple months, couple weeks. And I just kept throwing up. I just kept throwing up the food that my parents told me, and I had to get the blockage like surgically removed. And so like I get really anxious if I don't eat, and I get really anxious if like I'm like eating while I'm like talking to people and this and that, because it's like I don't know. It's just like it's programmed into me now from like starving as like a little baby. Like I was just a couple weeks old. So yeah, I'm about to eat. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Have a good night. 4:05 p.m. Wow, surprised to see you were on. Yeah, dude. Well, I made a special stream just for you. You know what I mean? Just so you could catch it. Yeah. Um yeah. I wish I could eat with the show. I wish I could eat with the show. Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. You eat with the show. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is awful. Oh, loving spirit. What are you doing on, dude? Oh, you working, dude? Love you, bro. I appreciate it, man. Look, I'm using my microphone. This is up. Uh, of course, um, thorn in my side, but it's okay. We carry on, guys. Yeah, of course, of course. Um, I'm always glad to be on. I'm gonna try to go on at like 7 in the morning, but I'll see you guys in the morning. All right, guys. I love you. Yeah, absolutely. Loving spirit. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless you. Oh, is it gonna work on this one? It's not gonna work on a webcam. No, only works on the phone. Okay. Oh, good. Yeah, good morrow, Steven. Good morrow. Absolutely. Yes. Loving spirit. Yes. Loving spirits, my boy. All right. Good night, guys. Good night, Amanda's. Good night, both Amanda's. Good night, Loving Spirit. Good night, Steven. Good night, Michael. Good night, Robin. Good night, Jakey. You guys are awesome. And then Provo, I'm sorry, dude. My mic was all muted and stuff. I would have gave you